Anyway, let's try to do this battle again. We are on Himmelsdorf, and we are the first game of NaVi versus Nod.
Yeah, and on the side of Nord, we got Zibizil, Liptons, Disable, Ozadi, Krot, Patriarch, and Slava.
And on NaVi, the more famous Power Slide, Inspirer, Killeroid, Levshar, Strike, Eclipse, and Dulux. Dulux being the guy that's calling the shots. He's the guy behind the operation, really controlling the team, making sure that they know what they're doing. Now, the other that you have Levshar. Levshar is one of the most consistent guys. He does all the pro talks and pro tips for the Russian esports show. Now, they are guys, obviously, you need to watch. The Levshar, he's so famous for the tacticians and stable all-round play. Nothing big or anything like that. Strike, big damager with Inspirer. In fact, they're all just so famous, the guys. But there's a quick early shot against Krot. Did not connect. Inspirer and Strike trying to get some early advantages, but it didn't work.
Yeah, it looks like that NaVi goes for a bit more defensive in the beginning, waiting maybe for a push, so they spread out to all areas, but still close to connected. And yeah, not just staying on the 1-2 line, basically. One tank in the mid for the spot, or it's two. Yeah, but I think Nod will playing aggressive on the 1-2 line. That's the way they can beat NaVi. I mean, we talked already about it. If you want to beat NaVi, you have to play aggressive, surprise them. That's
it. So we have Nod advancing on the left-hand side there in the west with their scout. They're trying to see what is over here for NaVi. Now, we do have Inspirer in his IS-3, and we also have Strike. So that is quite a bit of commitment here from NaVi. And you can see that Nod are all the way back on the first line, trying to advance with two of their tanks there.
Yeah, and I think Patrick and his T1 give them the information, okay, I spotted one Tier 8, it's Strikert and the IS-3 behind, and Inspirer can't really help him, so if we push really with all tanks on the 1-2 line, we maybe can catch him, and that's the way we can do something here.
And here they are coming. 4 tanks are on the way in here for the Nod team, going against NaVi, trying to catch them out while they're separated, and it could work. They are separated, but here comes the opening shots, and Osad from Nod takes a little bit of damage here as Inspirer is still at max health, and so is Strike. Levshar's the only one who's taken any damage here.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, the question is, how will they react on that? I mean, NaVi didn't do that much. They just stay in the position with all the tanks. One tank is now joining them, but they still got a T8 tank close to the hill. So yeah, Ozada get a few hits now, and is down to 370 hit points.
But here we go, the counter-attack from NaVi coming in as Killeroid, Levshar, Inspirer comes around the back. Can Strike hold the fort on the other side? But Killeroid decides he needs to go back and help his brother as Levshar and Inspirer comes in around the side. But Krot was waiting for him, shoots on the side, but heavy shots against Krot, goes down to 313 HP as the shots come in against Levshar, missing, but Strike and Killeroid are still getting moved against.
Yeah, and now it looks like that Nod is really cornered in this, and they can't do anything. And yeah, NaVi's coming from the sides, flanking them, doing the best what they can do to just kill them.
But here's Power Slide with a full clip coming in. 1 shot down, 1 kill. Next one out. Osta is clear, but no, Power Slide's missing his shots. This is not good for Power Slide. Usually he would connect with all those shots, but 2 misses. But there you go. The rest of them are going to go down as Levshar goes around the back. Power Slide, a bit of misplay there.
Yeah, on the other side, it was Inspirer who beat in the one-on-one Ozada from Nod. And yeah, in the end, it was an expected clear victory, and you see the perfect focus fire from NaVi. But I think Nod had a chance. They struggled a bit at the point. They didn't push really in.
I actually think they had the right tactic, but they just employed it a little bit wrong. If they were more aggressive, if they actually attacked much harder, then it would have been much, much better for them. They actually were scared. They did the right thing, and they just had to attack in. They had to get in and surround them and take him on 3 versus 5, or 3 versus 4.5, and they might have actually been able to take out 1 or 2 tanks, but then they try to snipe. And then when you go down to that, it goes down to skill. And let's be honest here, NaVi have the experience and higher skill per player, so you know, it can be a problem.
And also one mistake from Nod side is, I think they're going for check the hill, but NaVi played defensive on the hill, so they didn't spot anything on the hill, but they didn't check the 8 line, so they don't know where the 2 non-spotted tanks from NaVi are. So maybe they were thinking, okay, they're directly behind them, and didn't know that it's only a 5-on-4 if they push in.
Well, they did I read from the maneuver. From the maneuver they were doing, pushing in with 4, I realized, well, I thought that they had given the call. Hey, these guys are clearly not here. Why else would you do that? The attack from from that direction, relies on being outnumbering the opponent. But then Power Slide turns up. I expected him to completely sweep away the opponents, but he actually missed his 2 shots. He hit the first one, killed a tank, missed the next 2. And that's not actually very good. Power Slide needed to do more. But early on in the game, he did a lot more damage. So he actually got a clip off before then. So, you know.
Yeah, and I think, the unspotted, maybe they thought, okay, there are only 3 tanks from NaVi, then they joined in, spotted Power Side and said, okay, 4, then the 5th will be also direct next to them. And I think that was some breaking point in the game.
So it is a best of 5, so it is, I believe they play all 5 maps regardless?
No,
they don't.
No.
They finish. So
3 victories done.
So 1-0 for NaVi. There are just 4 things left. We did not receive the map listing, unfortunately, so we don't actually know what the next map is.
Maybe Winterhimmelsdorf.
Maybe Winterhimmelsdorf. Is it a different map?
Who knows?
Although that tactic might not work on Winterhimmelsdorf either.
I don't think so. You're right in that point. Yeah, we got only 5 maps in the pool, so no elimination. Maybe we can point out that Mainz is in the pool instead of Lakeville. In the regular season, they played Lakeville, and now Mainz is in, I think,
Yeah, and another map that was in the pool was Abbey, that isn't here. And Abbey was a 4-0 victory for NaVi. So, you know, that was some previous... Here's the damage result from the previous battle. Inspira doing 1,930. How many shots for Nice 3 is that?
Should be 5.
So 5 shots from Inspira, 4 from Strike, 4 from Lashar hitting. Power Slide, disappointing 1,200. As I said, he did seem to mess up a little bit. Actually, the thing I'll be interested in is the potential damage received. NaVi's IS-3s were beautifully defensive and had max HP for like the entire duration of the battle. And it was just crazy. Either they were missing shots, making the opponents miss, or they were really absorbing the shots. And
Yeah, if you look on Inspira, I mean, 2,640 potential damage, while he did 1,900. Perfect.
Yeah, it just absolutely crazy. If you get those sort of numbers, it turns the battle. 2,640, and he was not even below half health?
No, I think it wasn't.
By the end, he was like 700, 800 HP,
Yeah.
yet he received 2,640 potential damage, and that is crazy, crazy difference. And here's the kill count. Doesn't mean anything.
No, I think not in that game, but funny that the T1 from Nord is on 3rd place.
Well, of course.
At least.
He got a kill.
Yeah.
And spots. Nod saw NaVi.
Yeah, Inspira, I mean, he didn't only receive the potential damage and did the most damage, he also spotted the most tanks in the game. So, perfect battle from Inspira, I would say.
That's it. He was first seen, and somehow he scared them all. He went boo. He stood his ground, stamped his foot, and was like, "You shall not pass." And they didn't pass. That's the point. They never actually overtook his position.
No.
They actually attacked him, and he was on his own, although he got support a bit later.
Yeah.
But they never actually overtook his position. So, Gandalf, eat your heart out.
Yeah. I can't stress enough. Yeah, he angled perfect also in the position, and it's really hard to attack an IS-3 if you got the option to shoot 2 or 3 times on you, because every hit is around 400 damage, exactly 390, sure, but you don't know how many you get and how many tanks are behind this single IS-3. So you're really afraid to move with 5100s on an IS-3 on long range. If you can go across the corner and directly meet him, you're happy, you can kill him easily, surround him, but on long range, you know you get 1 or 2 shells and can't fire back.
IS-3s are actually, against popular belief, they're really good at what we call the peekaboo tactic. Defending themselves, going around a corner, shoot their side scraping is amazing. The ability to actually absorb shots from the side, it's really hard to take advantage of that. So to kill an IS-3, you have to get in close and kill it. You have to keep it in the open. You have to engage it. But if you don't engage an IS-3, a long drawn-out battle, this is where autoloaders fail completely.
Exactly.
A 5100 cannot fight an IS-3 in peekaboo. Just can't.
No, it's impossible. And the point is also you have to eliminate the gun of the IS-3. The IS-3, even if it's got only 1 hit point left, can still deal 400 damage. And side scrape and bounce shells, so it's still really important to kill him. While a 5100, he can't side scrape, he get killed definitely if he is on low hit points. So the threat is way bigger with an IS-3, even if it's low hit points.
If you've got IS-3s, if you've got 5100s on your team, you've got to get in close, you've got to get that clean line of fire. The advantage of the autoloader is the burst damage, and if you do not use that burst damage, like fire once and then just go away again, or fire twice and go away again, then you might as well have taken a heavy tank, a DPM tank. Anything like the IS-3, the 110, the Pershing, any of these things. So after this match later, we have A Gaming versus Synergy, and this hopefully will be in about
really
2
interesting.
hours.
Yeah, I mean, this team's got a lot of experience. Synergy was also on all offline events. That will be really interesting. After this Red Rush Unity against Togo, I'm also really interested how Togo will perform offline.
Yeah, I never really followed them. I mean, it's Tau. What's GOW stand for? It's Tau and then GOW. What's this, like God of War or something?
Yeah, I think something.
Like Gears of War. It's just one of those silly names. So I'm just going to call them Tau. But Tau are the wild cards here, because if you've heard about the drama of the Golden League before this event, if you haven't, go watch the esports show that explains it all. But basically, Tau finished 11th place in the league, but got to the finals due to some complications. So, complete wild card.
Exactly.
I don't know their personal skill level will be able to maintain them here, but...
And also they got the problem that a few players of the main roster couldn't arrive because they had no preparation time. After they get the message that they should be here to play, so they have to play with a player with only one single round in the whole season. So 75 rounds per season, he played only one single round.
Yeah, but it's good. He gets to actually play. It's like you get to play one game during the online season, but you had to turn up for every battle like a good sub. I'm sure he did. Yeah. And they're like, okay, then you get to play offline. What? Promotion. Yes. Right, the next map is Cliff. So on Cliff, what do we expect to see?
A lot of light and mats. I bet 3090s. NaVi also really like to play the object for 16 on that map. So maybe a combination of that. And on the other side, I think more Pershing.
Pershing's a good tank on Cliff. Cliff is always an intense, quick battle, and I expect something crazy to go on here. But let's go into Cliff and introduce the teams.
Yes. Yeah, on the side of Nord, we get Osada in his object, the Bazil in the Pershing, Disable in the T69, 23090s, Krot and Liptons, T1s, Patrick and Slava.
And on the side of NaVi, we have Lashar, Power Slide, Inspirer, Killeroid, Striker, Eclipse and Deluxe. We do have an object 416. Now, that came into favor after one of the patches, but then kind of disappeared again. I think it was the offline 2. It was brand new, or offline 1 or offline 2. It was brand new. And all of a sudden it appeared. It had never been used before online, and then on the offline it appeared, and it was used to great effect. But then it kind of didn't get used again. It kind of faltered from favor. Why was that?
I think the object most timely used to surprise the enemy, because it's a nice alpha damage, especially if you use 2 or 3 from them. You can easily focus out 3090s with a tank, but it's also easy to counter this tank if you play with 69s, maybe to just snipe him. So it's effective against 3090s, but if you got a Pershing or a 69, it counters the object again. So
is that because of the heat rounds?
Yeah.
Now that's actually something you really need to point out. Although it does have a really big penetration, so the heat I didn't think would be so much of an issue with it. Yeah. Or is it just the long range?
Yeah, it's also on the range, because the object also have to go in close combat, and then they got one shell every 9 seconds.
Okay, well, let's talk about the formation here. Nod are using a scout, and the rest are just holding back, whereas NaVi are doing the very, I would say, stereotypical attack. One on the hill, most in the middle, strike going around the flank.
The point is, I think NaVi played in the regular season super aggressive in the mid, where Leshar popped out now. I would say this is a Leshar corner, because he used this in every single round on Cliff. From South, he played with the 6-9 in this area.
Zio, though, taking quite a few hits. Why is he in the open like that? Doesn't seem to match the tactic. But here the rest of Nod are appearing, and lots of blind shots, and Nod are getting destroyed. But Zio is down. NaVi are in the sweet spot. They're in an absolute perfect position. Leshar is in a lot of trouble, though, as Lipton's come around the back. He's going to try and take out Leshar, unless he gets support from his team, as Leshar is dead. There's one shot, 2 shot, 1 more he's got, but strikes around the back and he misses his first shot, but Power Slide trying to come in to save him. Too late. Leshar goes down. Power Slide now in a little bit of trouble, but Lipton's is going to go down. He's got to try and get all of his shots off before he dies, and that's it. That's the slash shell into Power Slide. It did connect. He did a great ton of damage. He knew that he was out of position. There's no way for him to retreat. Go round, kill a tank, do your damage and die.
No, Krot and Osada tried to join the battle, because the 3090 should be on reload, but they're losing a lot of hit points. Looks like Power Slide already reloaded.
There we go. Strike from his position, finishes his clip, taking out yet another tank, and Eclipse into the back of Krot. And again, Krot using over 100 HP to Eclipse his attack. Killeroid's reloaded. 1. Inspirer blocks the shot. Oh,
nice kill.
Killeroid actually killed his teammate. There's no way. Sorry, Inspirer killed his teammate, because there's no way Killeroid would have missed that, but Inspirer blocked the shot, and Power Slide then wasn't able to. Well, it was just a bit of a mess. Powerslide went down. So Lishar and Powerslide went down with seconds. The difference between whether them surviving or not. We are talking about individual tank kills here for not. It kind of is a bit a telling sign here that it was a pleasant.
But at least, the positive thing I have to say about the focus fire from Nord, because 2 tanks from NaVi were killed and all other were on full hit points, so at least the focus fire works for them.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't think it was focus fire. What it was sacrifice.
Okay.
Nord did the sacrifice correctly.
Okay, nothing positive on the game of Nord.
if you no, that is positive from individual skill.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's team tactics. It's individual skill. If you get caught off from your teammates, and you have 2 options: panic and die, or do your damage and die.
Yeah.
And he did that. He ran around the corner, he killed Lashar, and he got some damage into one of the other tanks as well. Inspirer. He got 2 shots into the side of him as well. So that's actually 4 of 6 of his shots went through at point blank range. That's anything true. 4 shots and above from your clip isn't bad.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. Of course, 5 is the optimal, 6 is the best.
Yeah.
But 4 above is like you can't really criticize considering. So that was really good from him. He died, but he did kill 1 tank and damage another. He was 3 versus 1.
Yeah.
So if his teammates were doing better at that point, they would have swooped in and it would have gone his way.
But I have kind of disagreeing with that because he was so far aggressive. I mean, we pointed out that Nord was playing defenses. They just stay at the ramp with the Pershing and the 69, and he was going too aggressive. The other 2 tanks, the Object and the second 3090, tried to go up to the lighthouse to spot and flank and cover them from the north. So he went in YOLO. Into the 5 tanks, basically, after he tried to hunt
after the Pershing had died. It was after the
that's
Pershing
true.
had died. So what else was he going to do? The Pershing did 0 damage, absorbed half of the autoloaders. He took advantage. He was like, right, they haven't got that many shells. If we're going now and one of their tanks is missing, then maybe I can do some damage. He was right. He did some damage.
Yeah.
I don't think it was enough to save. Is there anything that could have been done to save? After losing a Pershing, the enemy are hold down, then you have to cross the open shield. I don't think so. I mean, Powerslide managed to get 1,546 damage, and he turned him late.
Yeah, I think he just emptied the clip. And Lipton's, he's the best player.
Oh no, Powerslide was 269. Sorry, Inspirer was the guy who turned up late.
Yeah.
Sorry, but still, second damage dealer.
Yeah, that's true. And for Lipton's, maybe it's better to back off, let Lesha alive as 1 shot to regroup with team because they were playing 4 and 5. So sure, they can equal the score to 4 and 4 or 4 combat tanks against 4. But it was nearly sure if we go that deep, he will die as well, and then it's still 4 and 3. So maybe better play 4 and 5 with the 1 shot on the other side.
Yeah, I think the trouble is when you've got C69s against you, you have a 24-second window.
That's true.
And after losing the Pershing like that, you have like a 20-second window to do something. And I think that's what he did. He went around the corner thinking, like, if I catch them on reload, like he did, Lashar was not ready for him, then he can get a kill. He picked it up. Then he was surrounded. He probably didn't expect Inspire around the back of him, and that did... Like Lipton's. There you go.
Yeah, efficiency.
The highest.
Yeah, so he spotted the damage as well because he was so close.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, of course it was a desperation tactic. Of course it was. But I feel like it was the only option here.
You're right. It should be the only way to bring the team back maybe. He had to try it, I think. Maybe survive and they can decide the battle.
The mistake was trying to take the position, trying to take the hill at the centre after losing that much time.
Exactly.
The Pershing must have got a bad spawn or something, and they still try to push it across. It was just like, you're just giving it away. Something else should have been done. The Pershing should have got around, maybe climb the hill from the other side, anything. You can't maybe make it across the open.
Push 1-2 line, maybe. When you use a slower setup, got more hit points, why not pushing 1-2 line?
Do something.
Yeah, do something.
Do something.
That's also what I'm missing today from Nord, the creative tactics from the regular season. Maybe use an artillery, use Waffenträger.
Well, they did try the object. They did try the object. The object did do nothing.
Not really unusual, I would say.
It did 4 shots, 1 hit. So.
Yeah.
And it didn't bounce any shots. It just had 1,200 shot damage in it. It received it and died.
Yeah.
So, it happens.
So, the third map will be Minsk. Was not played in the regular season from the teams?
Mines was not. No, Mines is a new one. Yeah. Well, I say new one. It's an old favourite for some teams. I do remember NaVi playing this map with artillery every single time.
Yes,
back when artillery
was
used
GB Panther and Bison.
In team battle mode. Yeah. This is back before it was implemented in the game. It was double Bison. Double Bison on Mines every time. And that was a national and ex-Odin Mortis tactic. A European tactic that was brought to Eurosteel or the tournaments beforehand and was copied by NaVi. So it was actually a European tactic, but they used it a lot and were very successful. But Minsk has a few drawbacks.
And I would say that after the last change of the map, you have to play this map really aggressive on the hill again. Sure, you can drop down to all sides and go also through the city. Maybe you know that in the city there's a big rock directly next at the hill. Got a hole nowhere you can cross over, so you got no perfect cooldown position there anymore. So you can basically push more aggressive and faster through the city. That's a second option to do a flanking tactic.
Yeah, but if you do in the city, you've got to be prepared for the enemy to take the hill. And if they've got the hill, they're shooting down upon you. You've basically got no armor. However, because they're shooting down on you, unless they've got T69s, they're not hull down either, and they have to reveal their lower plate. So if they're taking out AMX 1390s, then you've got the hill. If they're spotted, and that's the key thing, because you can stay hidden on that middle section quite well. If you go through the town and you're not prepared for it, then you can get easily sniped with the 1390s. But it is risky. It's both tactics are risky. I found, we'll go back to amateur play. If you've been playing in A series, I find it pretty hard on mine sometimes when you feel that you've got the advantage and you're in the center, you've got the hill, but then every time you poke out, you get hit by 3 things. Yeah, so the hill is not an instant win.
No, it's not, but you need to control him if you win. It's not an instant win, but in the end you have to control the hill because you can shoot in all directions, go easily safe. And got the vision, and the vision is really important. And I think we will also see VZ132 here, the Chinese light, because he is the fastest light tank. So he's first on the hill, is immediately reloaded, so he can basically kill a 3090 before he's really reloaded.
It hasn't got that much DPM, has it?
The APM is high enough to bring him down to one shot definitely.
Because the 3090s reload about
40.
No, it's about 4 to 7 seconds depending on the spawns once you get on the hill. So if the WZ meets them in the center, they've got about 8 seconds. That's only 3 shots from the WZ? That's not enough to bring it down.
Yeah, but close to. And the point is, then you already decide the battle. I mean, your 3090 is also behind you, reloaded. The enemy 3090 is reloaded. But
it's a risk, though, because if you don't kill that 3090 before he gets his clip off, then you've wasted the advantage. You need to ram them in the open. I believe that's a tactic we often see.
You ram
in the open, you block them so they can't get up the hill, and then your 69s turn up, and they've already reloaded, and boom, 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 and it dies.
That's the perfect
I think that's
thing.
Something we might see. But anyway, let's have a look at the tank lineups for this battle. We have NaVi with 2 WZs. Now, that's something we were not considering. 2 T69s, 2 T1 Cunninghams, and the AMX 1390 driven by a Spira.
On the other side, we got Crod and IS3, the Basile and the Pershing, 3 3090s disabled, Osada and Liptons, and the 2 T1s, Patrick and Slava. And I think the 2 VZs are the counter to the 3 3090s from Nod.
Yeah?
Yeah, it must be something like that, because you can't get on the hill with 1 VZ and a 3090 against 3 3090s. So what you do, you go for 2 VZs.
Well, let's look at the WZs as they go into battle here. We have Killeroid at the... Strike at the front. Really far in the front, actually. He's going to take this hill really early. In fact, there are no T69s here from Nod, so NaVi don't really have much fear going up here. They might take a little bit of damage, but oh my god, this is going to be a big battle. Here's the first shot. There you go. 1 shot. That's all he got off. But Killeroid's there and Inspire. Strike is round the back. The thing we have to note is that the 1390s are not very good shooting on the move, but the WZs aren't so bad, and that's Osa down. Next shot. There we go. He trusted his teammate, but in the meantime, the rest of Nod are taking a lot of damage as Levsha and Powerslide are meeting him in the middle. They might take him down. There he goes. 1 kill. Powerslide's down. But look at Levsha. He's still at max HP. Yeah. Not for much longer, but Strike and Inspire are back. They do have the DPM. There's no burst damage here. Levsha's on reload. It doesn't matter. Strike, Inspire, and Killeroid come in. Killeroid's still on good HP. He's going to go around the corner, but Inspire blocks him. That's not a good move there. There's actually a few times NaVi's been doing that. It's something we should watch out for.
Maybe they're just too greedy, actually. But now they're going down, and the IS3 bounced quite a lot shells from Nod, so maybe
Shah's reloaded.
Can do something.
1, 2, and Ram! Strike goes in, and Inspire clips him on the back. There we go. The battle is over, and I believe, if you are correct, that is 3-0. GG.
3-0, GG. And NaVi win. I mean, it was expected, but at least I miss a bit the creative side of Nod.
Yeah, but we saw a little bit of the creative side of NaVi on mine.
That's true,
2 WZs, 2 CC9s, and a 1390. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, it was really cool. And it's really a fast pace in the game. I mean, 2 VZ, you never stand still. You're driving around all the time, trying to deal damage. And it's perfectly played. I mean, what else to expect from NaVi instead of perfect play?